Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through my brightening, tightening and anti-aging skincare routine. I spoke on the channel before about how we can firm the skin up, bring back some of that lost elasticity and snapback. However, sometimes it's really good to actually see it in practice, which is what I want to do in today's video. I have nothing on my skin bar some brightening eye patches, and I'm going to talk you through my morning skincare routine. The products that I use in order to achieve some extra firmness and elasticity, some of my holy grail anti-aging favourites. So, sit back, relax, and let's talk firmer, brighter skin. Now, before we jump into this video and before I can take off these ridiculous eye patches, I do just want to call out a couple of things. First and foremost, all the recommendations and everything I talk about in today's video is linked below. If you do want to check them out in more detail, read the ingredients thoroughly to make sure it's compatible with your skin, I see some of the reviews and all the good stuff online. I've left all the links in the description box below. I've also left some timestamps down there, so if you do want to jump to one section of the video before another, be my guest and use the timestamps. Just promise me while you're down there, you'll give this video a big thumbs up and a like to support me in the channel, because honestly I would love you so much. Some of the products I use in today's video do come from my own Mad About Skin skincare line. That's not because I wanted this video to be a shameless plug, but just because I genuinely am using them in my morning skincare routine, and I know so many of you guys have now received your products, your sets, and so I thought it'd be a good chance to also double down on this video and demonstrate how to best use them to get maximum efficacy and all of that. But I will be giving alternatives to my own products because I never want to be about that plugging here on the channel, so there will be alternatives given, and of course there's so many of my other favourite brands mentioned in today's video. So, in true Mad About Skin style, shall we cut the waffle and delve straight on in? Well, I started off screen by popping on these eye patches. Now, honestly, I kind of felt this morning I needed a little extra burst. My eye area needed a little extra help, so I reached for these. These are the Bro Mask by Jackson Lane. I don't know why they call the Bro Mask. It's not just for guys, it's for girls, guys, and everything in between. You do you. Honestly, I don't know why it's called that. However, the reason I continue to use them is because they are hands down the very best mask for the eye area I've ever discovered. And also, it makes me feel a bit butch. You know, I'm all about that. So I've got these on. They are so good. Honestly, if you read the ingredients, you've got in here, you've got the caffeine, you've got some hydrating elements, you've got bakuchiol, which is a natural anti-aging alternative to retinol. If you find that retinol is a little bit too harsh and strong in the under eye area, it's also got panthenol to calm and soothe. These, hands down, the very best eye patches I've ever used. So on those days where I do feel I need a little bit extra help, I'll pop these on. I will take these off because they've sat on my skin about 15 minutes now, so I'll just casually get rid of those. On the days where I'm not feeling as bougie and extra, I do reach for this, which is the Q&A Caffeine Eye Serum, literally a fraction of the cost. Works really well, but I feel if you need the extra boost, that Bro Mask is where it's at. I gently just dab that in. I always think we waste a lot of serum, but this is a really great way of just dabbing it in, making sure you get maximum efficacy from that product. Now, before we get into the cleansing step, I'm going to call out one thing, which is to say my skin type, which is oily and acne prone. I've actually got the world's biggest zit here. That's nothing to do with just general things. I am chronically allergic to dairy, and if I accidentally have any dairy, not only does it show on the inside, but it also shows on my skin, and I always get a few breakouts. So this is courtesy of our good friend dairy. We're just ignoring that and we're ploughing on through. In fact, I thought twice about filming this video because I had this big zit and I was feeling a bit self-conscious. And then I actually saw, I think it was courtesy of Christina over on the Facebook group, so I'm sending lots of love to Christina, who did like a bare skin selfie showing off her beautiful skin in all its glory. And I thought, you know what? We should never let our skin define us. We should just be here, be proud. And this is kind of what I wanted to do in today's video. So yes, the zit is here. And okay, it's almost the size of my own head, but that kind of means you're getting 2 for 1. And who doesn't love that? Now, on to cleansing. And this is one of the steps where I am actually using my own product, which is this, the Mad About Skin Gentle Jelly Cleanser. I created this because I kind of wanted a universal cleanser that could do it all, and this really delivers. Now, you'll notice throughout this video, I'm not putting anything on my forehead. This is because I started adapalene again, just to help, dial back some of the acne breakouts that I've been having in the skin, and that's led to some sensitivity on my forehead. So I'm taking it back to basics. I literally just cleansed, then put a moisturising balm on that, and I was good to go. So I'm focusing on the less sensitive parts of my skin with the rest of the routine, so hopefully you'll forgive me for that. Now, I just put a tiny amount of this product. Honestly, that is like all you need. And a lot of people questioned the consistency of this product because it's called the Gentle Jelly Cleanser, and it's a cream. That's not because I'm trying to con you and fool you all. It's because when you massage it into the skin like this, honestly, it turns into this beautiful jelly velvet hybrid that feels so, so good on the skin. You could do this before you put the eye patches on, but because I don't cleanse under the eye area, because I kind of feel it's a little bit sensitive and prone to dryness, I do it afterwards, but it's totally personal preference. I work that into the skin and do some facial massage. Now, the key thing when we're talking firming, increasing elasticity is boosting collagen. So I do some facial massage. I do these scissor-like motions along the jawline, which really help to just tighten the muscles there. Obviously, I'm not going to bore you by doing the full routine here on camera. I normally do 20 passes of that. Then I tap all over the skin like this, just to get everything waking up, get that fluid moving, get those cells working. You then can do circular motions like this, always upwards, because you want the skin to be lifted upwards. Do about 20 of those, and honestly, that'll kickstart your routine. The great thing about this cleanser is it stays jelly tacky and oily enough for long enough to be able to do that facial massage, and it disappears into things beautifully. You can then add water, emulsify it, and rinse it down the sink, or you could do what I like to do, which is just take a cloth cleanser which has been pre-damped. Easier on camera anyway, but also this is how I love to do it on the morning. And I just will work that over the skin to get the last of that cleanser off. If you add water and emulsify it and wash it down the sink, you will find it gets a very light foaming, but it won't strip, it won't dry, and it leaves your skin perfectly clean. Now, I don't actually dry my skin fully after I've cleansed because I find that little bit of wetness actually helps everything just go on a little bit better. So I kind of leave that dry a little bit and then I move on to my exfoliator. Now, exfoliation is crucial if you want to bring back some brightness, if you want to bring back that firmness and elasticity. And that's because over time, as our skin, as we age, our cellular turnover slows down. So a great way to boost the anti-aging benefit is to get a really, really good exfoliator. I'm using adapalene, which I mentioned earlier in the video. So I like to take it very gentle with my exfoliators, which is what I'd recommend you do anyway. So either reach for the ordinary lactic acid, which is one of my favorites, or today I'm using this. This is the Calm Down by Geek and Gorgeous. Beautiful because it's got polyhydroxy acids, so gentle. But it's also got some salicylic acid in here, which will just help with the old zip friend, and you just calm everything down. I used to apply this with a cotton round, but I found that was super wasteful. And honestly, you could just put it in the palm of your hand like that, and then I just sweep it across the skin with my fingertips. You don't get any prickling, any sensitivity, any irritation from this product because it is super gentle. It's also got some really nice botanicals in here to calm and soothe, and I just let that sit there, do its thing, work it in, and honestly, this is one of my favorite exfoliators. In terms of, while we just let that dry, in terms of how I've experienced, what the experience I've got with this anti-aging skincare routine, I definitely noticed more firmness, more elasticity, and certainly more snapback to the skin. And this is all as a result of boosting our collagen levels. We do that in two ways, which I mentioned in the video I referenced earlier. First and foremost, you protect and cling onto the collagen you actually have. Second way is to encourage the body to produce more collagen naturally. As we age, the amount of collagen our body produces goes like that. So it's really important that we preserve what we have and we boost our skin and our body's natural ability to produce that collagen. But now we need to move on to the star performers. And first and foremost, I'm going to apply this. This is the Geek and Gorgeous Stress Less Serum. Now, the reason I'm applying this, which is literally just a calming and soothing oat-based serum, is because after we've used an exfoliator, I always think it's great to just rebalance the skin, just to let everything get back into synergy, help balance the pH, because that means that the rest of the products you use are going to go on just that little bit better. This is a fantastic product for doing that, and one that's probably, of all the ones I've tried, is my absolute favourite, because not only does it balance, but it will also add so much calmness, and obviously calmer skin is able to function better. It minimises any redness and sensitivity, and I absolutely love it. I would normally take everything down onto the neck, just by the way, but I put my, nobody wants to see me do this whole routine in the nude, so I put my jumper on, so to spare the jumper, I'm not doing the neck, but obviously take everything on to the neck area. So that's the Stress Less Serum. Now, before that all sinks in and dries, I want it still a little bit tacky as I apply this, which is the Copper Amino Isolate Serum by Neod. This is a little bit on the pricey side. Look at that colour though, it's stunning. It's a little bit on the pricey side, and there are some alternatives on the market. So you could reach for the Hylamide Sub-Q Skin, which is fantastic. I love that product. It's about half the price. You could go for the ordinary buffet with copper peptides, and that would also work really well. I find of all of the ones I've tried, the Neod is hands down the best for that really intense anti-aging peptide fix. But all the others will work. You might just take a little bit longer to show those results. I always say skincare is like a marathon, not a sprint. We're in it for the long term. So if your budget doesn't stretch to Neod, don't worry. You don't need to be bougie. You can go for something more affordable. I'd say just be a little bit more patient with the results. So now we've got our peptide fix, and peptides are fantastic, particularly copper peptides, for boosting collagen, bringing back that elasticity, but also they can help to hydrate the skin. Like I said, since I moved to adapalene as my retinoid in the evening, I do notice my skin's a little bit drier than usual. So it's really nice to have that extra hydration boost that the peptides can bring. Now it's time to apply this, which is my Mad About Skin Got You Covered Super Serum. The reason I created this is because I kind of wanted an all-in-one serum. And if you see the texture of this, it goes on more like a gel. Have you ever got bored of like all of the serums that you use having exactly the same consistency? Well, this is totally different. It's because it's formulated without hyaluronic acid and without niacinamide. I love both of those ingredients, but I find we use them too much in our routine and we end up becoming sensitive as a result of it. So this has none of it in. If you look back to the other steps that I'll be using in this, there's plenty of hyaluronic acid in it already, so you don't really need a standalone serum. This goes on like a beautiful gel serum hybrid, and it just melts into the skin. Now, the reason I'm using this, and I'm happy to call it a one-stop shop serum, is because it's got peptides in here, it's got azelaic acid, which is fantastic for boosting collagen, evening out the skin tone. So if you've got hyperpigmentation and dark spots, this is a great option because that azelaic acid will really help. It's got panthenol to calm and soothe. It's got urea, which will soften the skin. You've got some beautiful botanicals, which will hydrate you to the gods. And it's in a glycerin base, which is super important because that's one of the very best humectants out there. Locks everything in, but also brings back that hydration, and it really attaches itself to any water, absorbs it, and makes sure our skin remains hydrated throughout the day. I love this. A lot of people say it's a very different texture, and I know it shocks a lot of people when they get it out and like, oh, I'm not used to that. That's because we've packed so much in here, including Q10, which is a fantastic antioxidant. Literally everything you need is in the serum. That's why it's a little bit thicker than maybe we're used to, because everything's packed in there. And my top tip is use it on damp skin. Slightly damp skin from your serum before is the best way to apply it, because it'll absorb like that, disappear into the skin, and just leave you feeling really glowy, really plump, really dewy. Honestly, I know I created this, so I'm so super biased, but reading the reviews that you guys have been sharing on the Facebook group and saying, honestly, you see almost like instant results in terms of the plumping, and then over a period of like 2 weeks, you definitely feel that brightness coming back and that you feel more skin confident. It just makes me feel so happy. So if you did want to get, there's a few left in stock, not that much, but there's a few left in stock. So if you do want to get your hands on it, I've left a link in the description box below. Now, the reason I used my Neod copper peptides alongside it is because this serum is great for just pairing with your favorite skincare. I was never going to be about everything has to be from my skincare line, because that's just not my ethos. That's not how I want to be on this channel. So I created it in concentrations that pair well with all of the serums. So you've got a 5% concentration of vitamin C, you've got 5% azelaic acid, you've got the peptides, you've got the Q10, you've got all of that, but it's in a concentration enough that you can add on top of it. I feel a bit bougie. I like my peptides, which is why I added the Neod beforehand, but you could use any other product. If you want an extra vitamin C, you could add an extra vitamin C, because that's also great for collagen boosting. So whatever your preference is in terms of what you really want to get out of the product, you can add a little bit extra into it in terms of your favorite products, because it pairs beautifully. It won't pill, it won't peel, and it sinks into the skin and feels great. That's pretty much it for my anti-aging firming skincare routine. I'm going to come on to moisturizers and sunscreen now, but when you think about it, I've already got the boosting collagen from the copper peptides. I've doubled down on the peptides which are in the Mad About Skin serum. I've got a vitamin C fix from that serum as well, which is great for collagen boosting. I've exfoliated to bring back some luminosity and to get rid of some of those dead skin cells that are stopping the gorgeous radiant skin from emerging. And I've also calmed and soothed everything down. This will leave the skin in its like optimum state to be able to produce the maximum amount of collagen, but also protect and preserve the collagen that we already have. One thing that I always recommend is to add antioxidants into your skincare routine. Now, the serum that I mentioned, the Mad About Skin serum, has Q10, which is one of the best antioxidants out there, but it's always good to double down. I'm going to come on to that in a minute. But first, I'm also going to put on this, which is my moisturizer. This is the Maximum Impact Moisturizer. Ceramides, panthenol, urea, it just calms, it soothes, it hydrates to the gods, and I love it. I also formulated it with 6 facial oils in here, which is really good, because a lot of my top tip has always been on this channel to add a couple of drops of facial oil into your favorite moisturizer to just dial up the rate of moisture and hydration you're going to get from it. You don't need to do that with this product because it's kind of formulated with it in. A little goes a long way, so I kind of just use that amount on my oily prone skin. If you've got drier skin, you might want to use a little bit more. I just work it into the skin. It's artificial fragrance free, but it's got some hydrating natural botanicals that give it a really light scent, which is quite nice, because sometimes artificial fragrance free moisturizer can smell a bit gluey. You don't get that with this. And it sinks into the skin and feels so good. Honestly, I just want to, I feel like my skin is like so touchable after this routine. I absolutely love it. I put that on and all is good. I've been using this for 2 months and it hasn't broke me out. It hasn't clogged my pores. So it's great for people that have oily, acne prone skin, but it's also, like I said, great if you're looking for a real intense hydration fix. Now, finally, I'm going to add my sunscreen, which is this. This is the Neod Survival 30. Also has antioxidants. So when I said I like to boost up the ingredients that I get in my own serum by adding in those peptides, but I also like to add an additional antioxidant. In here, you've got 15 different antioxidants, so honestly, doesn't get better than this. And I think that the antioxidants are so crucial because they're what's going to protect the collagen we already have. Free radicals, oxidative stresses, UV radiation, all of that will attack the collagen that's in our skin, break it down, and honestly, that just leaves us feeling a bit saggy, with less volume, less hydration overall, because it can impact the moisture levels in our skin. And I just think having an antioxidant that's going to fight for you, protect your collagen, protect your skin, is the best way forward, and you can never have enough. So definitely going to put this on. I'm actually going to put this on off camera because I like my moisturizer to sink in for maybe like 2 or 3 minutes before I then put my sunscreen and my antioxidants on. This all in one, absolutely fantastic. If you want a more affordable option for this product, you can reach for the ordinary Pycnogenol, which is a really great collagen protecting antioxidant, but I kind of like that Neod because of the finish it leaves on the skin. So there you have it, guys, a rundown of my entire brightening, tightening, firming, anti-aging skincare routine. Hopefully you've enjoyed seeing it in action. If you have and you do want to see more full routines, shown on the face, then let me know by leaving this video a big thumbs up. Of course, I've referenced some of my own products in today's video because I genuinely use them day in, day out. But if you want some dupes, if you want some alternatives, I'll just shout through a couple now. So when we talk the gentle jelly cleanser, a really good alternative as well could be the Haru Black Rice Wonder Cleanser. I love that one. I also love the Geek and Gorgeous Jelly Joker Cleanser. They're both absolutely fantastic and would work in a very similar way. If in terms of the serum, it's really difficult to find a multi-purpose serum on the market, which is kind of out of frustration, is not being able to find that, is why I created that product. So it is a little bit difficult to find an exact dupe for that. For the moisturizer, whilst I think it is next level hydration, use that hack. If you don't want to switch up your moisturizer, use that hack that I referenced earlier. Take whatever moisturizer you already use, just put a few drops of your favorite facial oil in there, mix it up, and that will just increase the level of hydration you're going to get from it and take your bog standard moisturizer into the next level stratosphere. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.